All right, watch this. Right over here, my Wi-Fi is off. All right, so we're gonna come over here and we're gonna run Gemma 4 fully local, and we're gonna have it build a single HTML file, a tip calculator with a clean, dark, neon style look. Inputs for the bill, tip buttons 15, 18, 20, 25%. And it's gonna be split between X amount of people. Show the tip and the total person, no libraries, everything in one file. All right, so we're gonna let that go right here. All right, so that is here. We're gonna come back over to here and we're gonna show you, boom, this is what it came up with right here. Pretty good, check the math. Everything is pretty awesome. So that is a free AI running on my own computer. And we're gonna jump back over here and show you that, boom, it's coming right here. I had this same prompt and I pre-built it so that way you guys could see the actual output while it was still working. So look at how fast it still goes. So this has zero internet right here. All right, so now what I'm going to do here, what everyone told me was actually impossible, they said I need at least a 2K graphics card for this. So with 24 gigs of VRAM, right? So what they said was a free local model is too slow and too dumb to replace Claude or Codex for real coding. So I've got a cheaper card, RTX 5070 with 12 gigs of VRAM. And I'm testing every single bit of that for real right here on camera. Okay, so now we're going to come over here and we're going to put the Wi-Fi, we're going to put it back on right here. Okay, so now that the Wi-Fi is back on, we're going to come and jump back over to Claude and we're going to give it the same task right here that we gave our local model. So we're going to come over here, we're going to copy the same exact prompt, and I'm going to put it in to Claude right here. And I actually did not do this one ahead of time. I wanted to see exactly what Claude would do in real time. So, why do coders even want this? And I would have to say one word. That's control. Because this year, we all got a scare. You know, back earlier in June, the rules changed right overnight. 2 of the best models got switched off for everyone. All at once, mid-project or not, fully paid up, didn't matter, gone, see you later, dude. And I think you guys know who I'm talking about. Which models, anyway. So, what I did, and I'm sure many other people did, is they looked at the computer they already had right here. And they asked themselves a question. What if the AI lived right here, where nobody can take control of it, nobody can reprice it, or even read my code? Now that's the promise. Let's see if it holds up. So the real test is simple here. And look, Claude's already taken a lot longer. I mean, it might come off better, but this is already fully done. And look, okay, so with Claude, I mean, it's pretty good, but I mean, compared to what Gemma did, I mean, look at the difference. There's not actually, I like the Gemma model a little better. It's a little more cleaner. I think Claude messed it up a little where it's not the greatest. I mean, same prompt, right? And I actually think Gemma 4 came out better. I mean, you guys let me know what you think down in the comments, right? So, alright, getting back on task here. When the local AI actually writes the code for you, do you still feel like you have to do double, right? And you want to check it against Claude like this? I mean, I thought so at first too, but this year, for a lot of coders, the answer became not really, right? I mean, look at, you guys can see it for yourselves. And the thing that flipped wasn't the AI getting smarter. It was that it finally learned to use the tools. Actually open your files, run your tests, and fix the right lines. Older, small models just pretended they hallucinated, and that was the issue. So, right, so there's an honest limit, though, because good enough comes with a catch. A local model is great at small, clear jobs. Autocomplete, quick questions, cleaning up one file, writing tests, and giving it a giant, messy project and let it run alone, I think Claude still definitely wins, and other cloud models, Codex, you name it. So the best way that I've heard it here is a strong local model is basically like it's a sharp junior, right? So who knows a little bit of everything but needs some steering. The cloud is a senior who plans the whole thing with you. So now that the part that decides everything, memory, not speed, the memory. So the whole AI model has to fit inside your graphics card. Fast memory, or it just crawls at a snail's pace. So the math is actually easy. Budget about half a gig of memory for every billion settings in the model. So a 32 billion model needs around 20 gigs just to sit there before it writes a single line. That's why you keep hearing the number 24 gigs. That's the comfortable floor. 16 gigs is fine for autocomplete and chat, and not much more. But there's one trap that you gotta know. The fast mixture of experts. The models, they only use a few parts at a time. So people think that they're light when they're not. The whole thing still has to sit in memory. And your chat history rents space from the same pool. A long one can eat 10 gigs by itself. There's also a quality dial called quantization, which basically, it's how hard you squeeze the model to make it fit. So if you squeeze it way too far, and a coding model breaks in ways that you'll see. So, like, let's see, some broken commands, messy output, switching languages in mid-sentence, right, stuff like that. So the rule is actually quite simple. A smaller model at full quality beats a big one crushed and smashed into fit every single time. Alright, so enough of this talk. My card has 12 gigs, below that magic 24 gig VRAM that I was talking about. So we're going to prove that this actually worked. So as you guys can see, I already did the proof right here. You can see it, right? Like, the quality, I mean, you let me know. I do think that actually Gemma 4 did better. And also what's cool about the local stuff too is you can actually come over here to Ollama and launch Claude Code with it. The Codex app, you can do Hermes, OpenCode, Codex, Copilot, and it's literally simple as just literally take this, copy it, open your terminal right here, and just paste it in right here. So I'll do one with you right here just to show you how easy it actually is. All right, so the program right here is Ollama. You can go Llama C++ or LM Studio as well, but right now what it basically does is run a little server on your computer. So second is the harness, which is what I'm about to show you right here. This is the part that most people miss. The engine is the brain in that jar, right? It can think, but it can't touch anything. The harness, it gives it some hands, gives it some tools. So it can open files, run commands, like I said, like OpenCode, for instance, right here. So I'm going to go here, and I actually don't have it installed, just so I can run through it with you right here. So then number 3, we're going to point your editor right at it. Same wiring, your cloud tools already use. You just change the address to your own computer, same plug, different socket. Alright, so I'm going to come over here, and we're simply going to click this right in Ollama. We're going to come back over to our terminal here, and I'm just going to paste it in, and we're going to hit enter. Okay, this is why. So I'm in WSL here, and I have Ollama on my Windows. So I'm going to close off Ubuntu, and I'm going to come over here to my PowerShell instead, and I'm going to run the same command right in PowerShell. So, like I said, I don't have OpenCode installed. I deleted it, so I'm going to come here, and I'm going to follow opencode.ai. I'm going to come here. I'm going to simply hit download right here. And what I'll do is I'll just go with the NPM, simple enough. So I could go desktop, but I do like to work right in the terminal for the most part. So for the case of this video, I'm going to come here and I'm going to download it right here. And it's simply going to install OpenCode right into my terminal. Very simple. So back again, we'll come back to Ollama while this is adding, right? And that's as simple as it is. So look, it says not installed. I clicked this right here. I ran it in the terminal. It didn't work. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to rerun the same code right here, Ollama launch OpenCode. And then boom, you come here, and what I used was Gemma 4, the 12 bill model. So I'm just going to go ahead and look, you can go all these other models too, but I'm just going to go here, Gemma 4 again, which I already have loaded. And now OpenCode, boom, right here, right through Ollama. That simple. So if you guys want to see a deeper dive into stuff like this, let me know down in the comments. And if it was helpful, I hope it was helpful. So ultimately, this is the question though, right? So can a free local model replace Claude Codex? Honest answer, for a lot of your work, yes. For the hardest stuff, I would say not quite yet. But the smartest move, and this is what I do, it's not all local, it's a hybrid approach. So let the cloud plan the big messy thing, and let your local model grind out the clear repetitive 80% for free, and then send the hard 20% back to the cloud. Own what you can, rent what you must, right? Like the book 10x, it's easier than 2x says. Remove the 80% that you're currently doing and focus on that 20%. So that's huge. But what you really get from local is the control. Nobody can rate limit you, no one reprices you. Switch your tool off overnight, your code never leaves your machines. It's a little slower, yes, a little less clever, but it's actually yours. So, and think back to that first clip. The app that it built with my Wi-Fi off. Imagine having no internet and still having the power of AI at your fingertips. Now, I like that a lot, because a year ago, that was science fiction on a cheap card. The gap that used to be years is now about 6 months, and it's still closing. So, ultimately, should you do it? If you've got the memory, and you spend your day on small, clear coding jobs, build a local setup. Keep a cheap cloud plan for the heavy lifting. If not, the cloud's still a smart call for now. But before you go, let me save you the setup headache for free. Do you remember the 3 pieces? The engine, the harness, and the editor? I put the exact setup that I used in a simple checklist, so you don't have to hunt for any of it. Comment setup down below and I'll send it over. I'll put it in the description too. But if you'd rather skip all that and just have local AI set up for you, that door is open too. No pressure either way. And one question before you go. What card are you running? And is it enough? Like I said, tell me down below.